All right, very good afternoon or otherwise time-appropriate greetings to you folks here on Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer weekly community race. We got a good one for you today, folks. It's odd, it's not odd settings. That was last week. It is even weekly settings. And today on Restream, we've got Inner Slice and Mighty Caesar. I'm Captain MD, and today I'm joined by Marion Law. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Captain. It's going to be a great race, as you said. We have two highly prominent members of the Randomizer community today, both very experienced with their trick and knowledge level, so we're in for one hell of a show.
Indeed. I believe we are just waiting on one more runner to ready up, and then otherwise we are just about ready to get cracking here. So we have even settings today, which means standard elevators. We start in the main energy controller. I'd wager that I do believe there are some changes coming down for Randovania in a little bit that we might start considering changing the settings soon. But for now, we're kind of sticking with what we've got, which, to be fair, has netted Dark Beam in lousy locations 3 times in a row.
Yeah, you never want to see Dark Beam in a hard-to-place location, especially one that's out of the way. For example, Mining Plaza, have to go through a Morbus, have to get the energy returned, find your Echo Visor.
Me and 2 others would definitely know exactly how that feels, considering that's exactly what happened last week.
Yeah, I remember last week. I believe we have one run to do out of bounds to get that.
Yeah, the Mining Plaza SAU, which is it's an incredible trick, one that is really on my to-do list to learn. Now, that being said, who knows where Dark Beam is going to be this time, but what are you hoping to see, Marion, in this seed before we kick things off?
Oh, well, that's a hard question. You know, I love both types of seeds. You can have a quick seed, could be an hour, hour and a half, or you could have them running around the entire map trying to find one item. If I had to take a wild gamble, I'm hoping Torvus Bog has some useful items. You don't get to see much of Torvus, in my opinion.
That's very true. The last bunch of seeds, Torvus has been mostly a Sky Temple key hub.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Alpha Blog, go say hi to him for a little bit, maybe fight Powerbomb Guardian. Throw some variety in.
You know, something Alpha Blog has been conspicuously absent in the weeklies as of late.
Well, really, this could be the champion's grand return to see the blog then.
All right, we have just set off the race. So the games will begin in just a moment here.
Well, on that question, Caesar, not Caesar, Captain, what are you looking for, my friend? What do you hope happens today?
Ooh, you know, that's also a very good question. I think I would like to see some more. Besides Spider's Treasure, I would like to see some stuff in Inghive, because that's an area that's almost never seen. Like, sure, Hive Gyro Chamber has Sky Temple keys a lot, but I want to see progression in that neighborhood.
Oh, it's a fair point. I mean, with Hive Gyro, it's broken into two different sections, mainly for Inghive. I would love to see something important on Hive Entrance. It's a check no one really goes for anymore.
It's funny you say that. A friend of mine in the Prime 2 community did a seed for a marathon yesterday, and his Hive Entrance had an Aegon key for super missiles on a Morbus.
Oh, well, that's a very interesting place to have your super missiles at. I'll let you get Warriors Walk early.
All right. Now, we start off with no gear, so 9 times out of 10, you're going to get Violet Translator here, but at least we get to read the hint without making another pit stop elsewhere, and it reveals to us that Amber Translator is in GFMC Compound. Interesting.
Now, this could be one of 2 different things. Could mean our Aegon hints are holding something useful, Sand Cache could have a very important item behind it, or the game's trying to lead us to a very early Torvus entrance.
I think Torvus entrance would be very much a possibility if we see Light Beam relatively soon.
Well, we do have 2 checks right off the bat here, 3 when we get to Temple Grounds. We'll see what the Alpha Splinter has and what Temple transports. I believe it's B.
Transport B access, yeah. Nope, we appear to have lost Mighty Caesar. We'll get him back in a moment. It might also be a mid-roll ad in progress. That does happen here. Oh,
Nope.
never mind. Inner Slice froze a second too. Bear with.
Nope. Looks like both races are frozen solid. Nope.
All right. So in the meantime, thankfully we've got a couple of minutes to iron this out because there won't be too much happening for the alpha block. Yeah, that's later. We hope. Alpha Splinter fight.
Nope. It appears our RDO has returned.
Yeah, we're switched over to Mighty Caesar for now. Now, don't be alarmed if you see a blue circles swinging about Mighty Caesar's screen. That would be his eye tracker.
Oh, there we go. We got Inner Slice's back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Inner Slice's freeze was due to a mid-roll ad, because that does happen here. All right, so our first item off Alpha Splinter is a light ammo tank. We can't do anything with that just yet.
I don't know. Like you mentioned earlier, Captain. I'm thinking early Torvis if they find that light beam in a good position.
All right. The item in Transport B access was a missile expansion. We can't quite get that yet. And I couldn't quite see what that was in Temple Assembly Site, but we will see if Inner Slice doubles back to get it via Task Jump. And that looks very much to be a yes. Even a missile tank would be pretty nice because we don't require main launchers, which means a missile here would let you get the item in Storage Cavern B without much of a detour.
Wow, Task Jump's always one of those slope jumps that are always a little tricky to pull off.
Indeed.
Yeah, but Inner Slice making good time on it. Was about under 20 attempts. And look at that missile expansion.
Inner Slice being very careful to check this ball item before picking it up, just in case it's Cannonball, because Cannonball we can't really keep efficiently right now, but a very early boost ball is excellent for our runners. That'll give them tons of speed.
Well, let's see. With boost ball in hand, this lets us get into sand processing. They find their bombs relatively early in Aegon. And what else could they relatively get?
Well, Boost Ball is also another one of those early Torvis components because it would let us get to the Aegon portal elevator once we get Seeker missiles and among a couple of other things.
Well, that's true. They wouldn't have to go through Path of Eyes to get into Torvis.
Ooh, and it looks like the elevator gave us main power bombs. Meanwhile, the hive keys are irrelevant, but if you really want to know where they are, they're in Sankin Torvis.
Oh, that's a very interesting place for them. Well, main power bomb, it's always useful to have. It gets us into, dynamo access. Check the item underneath the rubble. And if they pull off the jump, they could get communication area as well.
Yeah, communications area actually is in logic without any jump upgrades. There is a standable terrain right on the satellite dish in the center of the room where you can jump to the middle ledge.
Well, it seems to be a logical play here. They're heading straight for both checks.
That's pretty much all they can do because Boost Ball and Power Bombs don't work to get past Mining Plaza.
Unfortunately not.
So yeah, in this scenario, it actually is, that's better.
Yeah, there we go. There's our boots. Much
Now,
more freedom.
Main power bombs are also pretty nice because those do give us an access way into GFMC, which we do know has an Amber translator, so it might not be a bad idea to make a quick detour over there to get Amber before going to Aegon.
I would strongly agree. Having Amber before reaching Aegon for the first time lets you clear just a lot more and get your hints the first time around. That way, God forbid, if something important is hidden, you have the information available without possibly doing a check that you'll regret in the end.
Indeed. And Innerslice also found morph ball bombs in communications area, locked by power bombs, no less. All right, so Amber Translator is in the crate, which is fantastic. So that'll give our runners all the Amber hints upon entry into Aegon. No need to come back later after Jump Guardian. But Innerslice is going to also make a quick detour, it looks like, to Grand Wind Chamber and check that item.
Yeah, unfortunately, in my seats, I always have bad luck with Grand Wind Chamber. 90% of the time, there's a dang Sky Temple key hiding on it.
Yeah,
hopefully it doesn't happen this time.
I have no idea what that is. Now, it looks like Innerslice is going to actually go ahead and continue this detour to Wind Chamber Gateway.
On that note, Caesar's about to pick up his space jump boots. He's following right behind Innerslice here.
Yeah, decided to make a detour to Hive Chamber B. That is also in logic with just power bombs, but it was only a power bomb expansion, as is Wind Chamber Gate, which interesting way for Terminal Fault to kick in there, but okay. Now, it looks like Mighty Caesar froze again, but should have just discovered that the reliquary in cache contains a key, which is very important because that could be that could be a Sky Temple key, and we know it's not a Hive key. So right now there's a 9 in 15 chance that we need that.
We got Innerslice making his way back to Great Temple. Let's check the elevator for Temple Transport A. We'll see what's hiding underneath that beautiful save station.
Yeah. Now, this is not in logic yet. It needs either Emerald Translator or Seekers plus Dark Visor.
As unfortunately, the only way to escape without any of those three items is to use the save warp feature from the elevator. From the save station. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting everything backwards again.
You're good.
Well, it's a matter of opinion, but I appreciate that.
All right, Mighty Caesar showing us the extended dash there to get across Grand Wind Chamber nice and quickly. Well done.
Yeah, as mentioned at the start of this race, both runners have immense knowledge and trick levels under their belts. We're bound to see a fair share of them pulled out today.
All right, and it looks like I didn't get the best look at Wind Chamber on Mighty Caesar's pass, but I believe it was a missile tank.
As unfortunately, I didn't get a clear look either.
Now, Mighty Caesar's got to be a little careful here. Has bled quite a bit of energy in getting around Wind Chamber. All right, we should be getting Innerslice back in a second here. There we go. So with this equipment, bombs or space jump lets us climb mining plaza. So we don't have regular missile launcher. Innerslice's capture card threw a hissy fit for a second.
Oh, nothing like some beautiful technical difficulties to start off a wonderful Saturday race.
All right, so it's an item in Mining Plaza. I need to look at the playback to see that again.
I really should be wearing my glasses. Missile launcher and egg on wastes. Alrighty. Well, we know where the launcher is.
I still couldn't see what that was in Mining Plaza. It's not a key. It definitely had the audio cue of an item.
Inner Slice picked up Spider Ball. That'll help him out.
Spider Ball is actually really nice here because that puts this item in Mining Station A into play. Which might have actually been Missile Launcher.
Well, looks like half of our Quadraxis fight is down. He's hiding a missile expansion. And Sandcash had our Emerald Translator.
Ooh, Emerald Translator. This is actually really lending credence to the early Torvis theory, because right now the only thing keeping us out of Torvis is Seeker Missiles.
Yeah, Seeker Missiles to access through the Aegon entrance, or if we find Dark Beam, that would open up a little bit.
Inner Slice choosing to go straight for Bomb Guardian here.
Yep, we got Caesar trying to pull off the slope jump and transport B access to grab the missile tank.
Ooh, unfortunately, it looks like the power bomb didn't quite connect.
Oh, he was close though.
Yeah, it's what needs to happen is the bomb needs to hit the tail and the head almost simultaneously for the quick kill. Oh no, accidental extra lemon.
Looks like we have Caesar about to head towards Aegon now after doing his rounds in Temple Grounds.
Yeah, not really a whole lot else we can do at the moment. So,
We're quite limited, but we do have a lot of early Aegon open and accessible. Granted, we don't have any beams to access access Dark Labs at the moment.
oh no, there's progression in Sank Entrance.
Oh, I didn't see the hint. What was that?
A beam is in Sank Entrance, and guess
No,
what?
no.
Guess what? We can get it. We have Emerald Translator, Boost Ball, and Spider and Power Bombs.
All right, what do you want to take a bet on? You think it's Dark Beam or Light Beam?
Ooh, good question. Well, Dark would be the most insulting because Dark Beam would make the Sank Entrance fight a lot easier.
Personally, I'd hope it's Light Beam. That way they can continue through Sanctuary just a little bit. They'd pull off main reactor. They could pull off. I don't think that's reactor core, not main reactor.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're also looking for Seeker Missiles and Dark Visor in order to go past Sank Entrance.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, that's right. I forgot Junction has a respite gate blocked.
Hey, when you don't have any heavy weaponry, improvise with Boost Ball, says Interslice.
Well, when you have a big old piece of armor hurling at you about 50 miles an hour, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, yes. Oh, hey, the Boost Ball can be found in Temple Grounds. Thanks, game.
Really? I had no idea. You must be using Cannonball all this time.
I know, right?
And Caesar picking up his Spider Ball as well.
Actually, the early Dark Aegon is the only bit in Logic right now because Labs is out of play. Labs and Bomb Guardian are actually technically out of play until we find Missile Launcher. So, although that being said, I think it was in Mining Station A. I'll get another look on Mighty Caesar's screen real quick, but if that is missile launcher, it's perfectly in logic. Chat's saying Annihilator Beam might be in Sank Entrance. It could be. The only downside is that wouldn't do us any favors this minute. Actually, that's a lie.
Well, if we get Annihilator, we could head into the Dark World through Dark Labs. Clear that out.
Ooh, there is another visor upgrade up top in Crossroads, and it is Echo Visor.
Well, we do know they could get it if they want to pull off a standable with the little Inglet. But no, they don't have Screw Attack to bunk off. But... oh, there goes that option.
Yeah, it looks like Screw Attack is going to be a little late to the bandwagon today.
But it's alright, we're going to see what's hiding in Broom Closet then. Yep, looked just to be a missile expansion hiding in Broom Closet.
Yep, nothing of importance there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can never turn down free missiles.
Yeah, the only downside is you have to wait for the temple to reload when you pick them up.
Yep, and Caesar pulled off the quick kill with the power bomb on Bomb Guardian.
Yeah, so Mighty Caesar will get the important knowledge about Sank Entrance. Let me think. What else? How would each beam be effective right now? Dark Beam would give us Mine Shaft, Incash 4, a couple more checks in labs, even though they're technically still out of logic without missile launch. Oh, again, why don't we just assume for now it was missile launcher in Mining Station A? Because otherwise, there's not a whole lot of other places in Aegon where they can be.
Yeah, it can't be in labs. There's a missile door blocking your access to it. So it
Yeah.
has to be in the first half.
And there's another missile door blocking the way to Aegon Temple, so it couldn't be from the other side either. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's missile launcher in Mining Station A.
Up and Jump Guardian holding more missiles. Well, we're finding a lot of missiles lately.
Yeah, that's a bit of an alarming indication. We might see some late progression. That would be Sonic Boom in Junction Site.
Well, what are your thoughts on Sonic Boom, Captain? How do you feel about it?
You know, super combos in general are those kind of things where if they're right in the way, I will pick them up and I will make a use for them. Otherwise, I tend to give them a miss. I think the one exception, if I have double damage especially, is Sunburst.
I can agree with Sunburst. It does a lot of damage to a few bosses. So it's
Yeah.
very helpful pulling off some quick kills that otherwise wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, Sunburst with double damage actually one-shots Boost Guardian.
Like that. Now that's something you did not know.
Yeah, I discovered that entirely by accident one day while my partner AeroRaiser and I were practicing for the Cross Game Cup last year, and I hit Boost Guardian with Sunburst, and he just poofed out of existence, and I thought I broke the game for a minute.
Well, how would you feel if you had a big old burst of pure light, energy, and explosion coming right at your face?
I would go with being mighty annoyed, to say the least.
Yeah, that's a fair understatement.
Now that being go on.
No, I lost my train of thought. Oh.
Well, that being said, it does actually seem like we're being railroaded into Sank Entrance right now. There really is nothing else we can do.
I'm trying to think, what else could there be? Can't do that. Can't do...
Technically, Labs is open.
Yeah,
The
but
downside, the
you
downside
gotta
is
come
that
back around.
right, you got to come back around, and if the beam in Sank Entrance is dark, it's gonna be quite a few minutes before you're able to make that detour. If it's light, it's not the worst thing in the world. If anything, light gives you an extra way into labs if you can find screw attack alongside it.
Well, that's fair. I'd rather have light beam hiding in labs. That way you can escape through a sand canyon. It gives you some sort of escape route.
Indeed.
And plus, with sand canyon, you get the sand canyon check and the sanctuary elevator check as well.
Yeah, if Sank Entrance is light beam, then the spider's treasure area in Sank is put into logic. Oh, hello. Oh, I thought that was a suit.
Yeah, it looked like it for a quick split second. You had the brown over gold, but it was just a friendly cheeseburger.
Yeah, we've already found like 3 cheeseburgers already, and it's only been 20 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta stop thinking about food. I'm tempted to go out and get a damn cheeseburger at this point.
Yeah, I'm saving up for a nice family dinner tonight.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that. Second we say something. Another cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's the one. Mighty Caesar picked that one up already before picking up bombs. Which it's very common, even if you have access to Aegon. If you have bombs or power bombs, it's very likely that Hive Chamber B or Com Area in particularly will have progression. So, even in cases where Aegon Mining Plaza would have been accessible, you're likely to see runners head in that direction, the direction of Com Area anyway, just because bombs before Aegon just almost guarantee something's there. Luckily, with bombs already in tow, it's not as bad as the weekly we had way back in, I want to say 2021. It might have actually been 2020. We had bombs in aerial training site on an even weekly.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound pleasant at all. That sounds ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as Annihilator Beam being on top of GFC compound ship.
Now, granted, we have ammo issues, but this is where I would say, bet you wish you had that sonic boom now, don't ya?
You know, that's a fair point. He had Spider Ball. He could have gotten it. But, we got our Dark Visor check.
Dark Visor and Ventilation Area A. That is only locked by Light Beam. So if it is Light Beam in, Sank Entrance, that gives us Dark. That gives us that. The only downside is Dark Visor by itself doesn't really do us any favors. We can't get to the Battleground in cache. We can't get to the Accursed Lake in cache for whatever beam-related upgrade was there, which could very well be super missiles. Or Dark Beam.
Oh, that would be rough. That wouldn't be nice at all. If I had to put money on it, I don't know. I'm betting, like you said earlier, Dark Beam makes more sense for it to be here on Sank Entrance compared to Light Beam.
Indeed. Although Inner Slice does have to be particularly careful here because he is down to under an energy tank, and there are Phazon canisters on the bridge, and they will do 80 damage on explosion plus DOT. So a Phazon canister would be a death sentence right now.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Same. Yeah, low energy is very dangerous in Echoes, especially because suits do not protect you from enemy damage, only environmental damage.
So your explosions, your Phazon canisters, your Dark Troopers, they all pack a wild punch no matter where you are.
Yeah, luckily so far Inner Slice doesn't seem to be having too much trouble.
Well, it looked like Caesar was about to pick up his Sonic Boom. He had the spider track, but he went against it. But with Jump Guardian down, that brings us back to Temple Grounds. Caesar can do his loop into get his Annihilator Beam and head over to Sank Entrance as well, hopefully.
Yeah, Sank Entrance, interestingly, has been a very common hotspot for progression, especially in 2022. Despite the obnoxiously large amount of items that could be required for it, and it is Light Beam in Sank Entrance.
Well, I just lost a lot of money. Remind me to never make a damn bet again.
All right, so that gives us Dark Visor, but again, Dark Visor doesn't do us any favors. Actually, that is a lie. With Annihilator Beam and Emerald Translator in tow, that gives us Phazon Grounds.
Oh, I don't like that.
Furthermore, we actually have access to Echo Visor since we picked up Annihilator Beam and we have Boost Ball. Furthermore, Profane Path is in play.
Alright, so let's run this down. We got access to our Dark Visor, which gets us access to our Echo Visor. And since we have Annihilator Beam, that destroys all the Echo Locks. So, got a lot of options opening up now.
To answer your question, chat, Battleground, we need either super missiles to get in from Warrior's Walk, or we need... actually, we could get to Battleground via Doomed Entry. Yes. The downside is that is currently one way. We don't have a way out. Since to get to the save station, we need Dark Beam. And yeah, chat brings up a good point. Phazon Grounds does need a grapple of some kind. A grapple or screw attack. Yeah, so far the nice thing about the items being where they are is that they are very much spelling out where to go. Not a whole lot of alternative options. Like if that was Dark Beam, you would have a pretty interesting choice of dipping labs or going back for the Dark Beam checks in like Aegon Temple and stuff.
Yeah, but if you're going for Aegon Temple trying to do Mine Shaft, it would be much more desirable to have your Seekers and your Light Beam before. Get all the checks out at once, instead of having to come back constantly to check it.
Indeed.
God forbid there's an important item you got hiding in the storage cache.
Another thing that Innerslice is actually going to make a quick run to Hall of Honor Dead. This is in play. This could be vanilla Seeker missiles, but it also does give us access to a hint.
And the hint does say...
By this point in your run, you should have consumed 200 milliliters of water to maintain optimum hydration. Stay hydrated, folks. Now, unfortunately, Cestrion's not racing today, but I guarantee you, if he was, there would be a suit and plane of Dark Warship.
I'm assuming that's happened a lot with Cestrion.
Yes, and more often than not, that's his dark suit. It's supposed to logically be light suit under all conditions in these settings, but for him, it's his dark suit because it's possible to get it with either Cannonball or a few energy tanks plus screw attack.
I'm having a hard time remembering which one Plane of Dark Worship is. That's
it's...
the Dark Temple Assembly site.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that one all too well. I had a suit locked on there, but I had a progressive suit locked in someone else's game, which they completely forgot.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so there was that was an interesting damage run to get a dark suit. It was worth it though. And Caesar picking up his Annihilator Beam. And hopefully making his way over to Sank Entrance, grabbing his Light Beam. I'd like to take this time right now to thank our tracker, Op82, doing such a great job today, as he does always.
Well, if you want to validate your run right before the end of the seed, there is an energy transfer module chilling in Defiled Shrine.
I mean, if you got enough time, I don't see why not. It'd be a great item to pick up.
So now the question becomes, what is our next progression? Because the way things are going, I'm pointing fingers at Seeker missiles, because that would let us do quite a bit. Seekers or supers?
I would lean more towards the Seekers. It would let us get into Torvus from the Aegon side, get into Torvus Temple. And,
Yeah.
Hopefully, if by the off chance they check Sand Canyon and do their loop around Pirate Labs, if that's got something useful, then sets up everything else.
Indeed. I'm trying to think of how late Darkbeam can be in this scenario, and if Supers and Seekers are next, Darkbeam can be in a lot of nasty spots.
Well, for the runner's sake, let's hope it's not too mean to them.
But yeah, Mighty Caesar thankfully has a very nice assortment of power bombs available for this Commando Pirate fight.
Well, there are no energy tanks, though. He's got to run the risk, as you stated earlier, with those phase-on canisters.
Yeah, although honestly, one thing that's even about as dangerous as those phase-on canisters are the Commando grenades. Like, if those slam right into you, they're doing almost like, I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head, but it is borderline 70 damage. Like, they hurt.
Yeah, I can assume a grenade to the face would not be pleasant in any circumstance.
Indeed. Okay, so Mighty Caesar did just take one of those grenades, but I think it only did, like, that is a nice assortment of power bombs there.
Gotta love the Echo's drop system.
All right, so Spider's treasure is open here, so I wager Inner Slice is going to make a detour over there to check what's over in this neighborhood. So Hazing Cliff is actually technically out of logic until we get either one more energy tank or a suit, but I would wager Inner Slice is going to give it a shot anyways.
Yeah, there's no reason not to check Sanctuary while you have it. You've got Spider Ball, you have your Space Jump, you got some energy tanks for Inghive if you want to make a run towards Hazing Cliff. Hall of Combat Mastery could have something. Granted, we don't have Echo Visor though, so we can't clear out main gyro chamber.
I believe that is Darkbeam.
Well, I'm going to take back what I said.
Maybe it was. It was either a Darkbeam or an ammo tank, but it definitely was dark and blackish. It might have been Dark Burst. I'm not sure. Granted, if it is Darkbeam, then I think Inner Slice is just going to get it on the way out. Based on Inner Slice firing that shot, I think he's interested in Culling Chamber.
He's only got one energy tank, so he does have to be careful when he's running back through Hazing Cliff. All that for a missile expansion.
Cliff? Okay.
Hazing Cliff, Hazing something, that's... room names can be fun.
Oh, okay, never mind. There is nothing important in that room. Culling Chamber, good grief. It's actually possible for bombs to be in Sank Entrance, because you can use Boost Ball to get through that spider track. It's happened.
That sounds horrible.
And yep, that's Darkbeam. Okay, so Darkbeam and Hall of Combat Mastery, that's not too bad, but you did have to go to Sank Entrance for Light Beam first.
Yeah, it's not the worst seed out there, but it's not the friendliest.
But yeah, Echo Visor is definitely in play now, so Well, now you have options because Dark Beam lets you go to Dark and Light both together. Well, actually, no. Torvis is technically out of logic still because we either need super missiles or a suit to go through the front door. Because Various Suit does not let you get through the front door normally. Mighty Caesar stopped for a moment.
He could be pondering his options. Well, in my opinion, I think it'd be best try to clear out the rest of Pirate Labs and make a dip into Dark Labs, see if Battleground and the Ink Cache have anything good.
Yeah,
Granted, no super missiles, the Warrior's Walk is out of the question. But my experience, Warrior's Walk usually has something good, and oh, look at that. Never mind, there's super missiles.
You were saying?
I'm going to stop talking. Things seem to happen when I mention them.
Welcome to Randomizer, where that's a very common occurrence.
I'm gonna stand by the assumption to go to Dark Labs now.
Indeed. So super missiles. Now we have Torvis access. There's a lot we can do in Torvis with this equipment. We can almost completely toss the place, with a few exceptions. I hate it when that bomb slot doesn't catch you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sand processing in general.
Yeah, I think what makes sand processing a pain for me is the wonky boost ball tunnel physics.
Yeah, it's best not even to try to boost ball. It just stops all of your forward momentum.
Yeah, I think the reason being is that it tries to... it tries to... change your physics into boost ball into half pipe mode, because Samus essentially controls two different ways in morph ball when she's on a half pipe. There's when she's entering a half pipe, her normal ball physics, and then a sort of altered state where she only moves along the half pipe left or right, and her y-axis movement, for lack of a better term, is disabled. But it takes the game a second to switch to that control style. So I assume that's what's happening when entering that tunnel in sand processing.
I'm going to agree, as I have no idea what you just said.
Looks like Mighty Caesar is making this detour too to check Hall of Honor dead. There's another Sky Temple key in bioenergy production.
Well, we're doing good. We know Hall of Honor has a Sky Temple key. Might as well grab it now while it's here.
That's true. Unfortunately, the way this seed has been going is that it has unfortunately been kind of on the linear, actually very much on the linear side right now. So it's not really giving Mighty Caesar a good catch up here. Is the only problem.
Sadly, I do agree. He's a little far behind. It hasn't entered Sank yet to grab his Dark Beam. Hasn't fought Dr. Samus to get his super missiles. He's running unlimited options at the moment.
Yeah, with super missiles in tow, Storage C is a very convenient check, perfectly in logic courtesy of ball upgrades, but also nice to just get out of the way. And mid-game super missiles, in my view, tends to almost always yield progression anyways. Never mind.
You were saying there, Captain? I mean, on a technicality, you're correct. More missiles mean you can fire more super missiles.
Yeah.
And you have more opportunities at your seekers when you get them. And now we got Caesar trying to break his way out of Hall of Honor dead. As unfortunately, with no seekers, the only way out is back through the morph ball tunnel in which you came in.
Right now, if Inner Slice wanted to, ooh, that's Cobalt Translator in Storage B. That is actually pretty nice to get early, just so that way you're not looking for it later. It does also give you 6 more hints in Sanctuary.
Yep. Along with the Sixth Sense, you do also have logical access to Spider Guardian now. Once they reach that point, as it's a Cobalt Gate, I believe.
Yeah, the only thing they're missing for Spider Guardian is a grapple. That being said, I do believe these runners do know ways around the grapple lock, but what was that? That might have been a key. Was that a key in Central Mining Station?
It looked like a red key, yeah.
Oh, if it's a red key, it's definitely Aegon or Torvis.
I don't believe that was a Sky Temple key. And it looks like Caesar's having some issues trying to do the instant unmorph into the tunnel.
Yeah, this is a tough instant unmorph. Personally, I would prefer to have screw attack for this. It's just how I was trained for navigating into tunnels. But what's happening is Mighty Caesar's having a tough time getting the instant morph correctly. There we go.
You were saying, Captain?
Story of the day.
That's 3 times now it's happened in the span of, what, 10 minutes?
Something along that line.
What's hiding behind Light Beam? It is a missile.
Interesting that Interslice decided to pick that up. Maybe just to delete the night barbs? Not sure.
Caesar getting his hint for the energy transfer module in Defiled Shrine. And he's going to stock up on some ammunition and health.
We are getting a large number of well, not large number of Sky Temple keys, but we have seen quite a handful already. Now, luckily, if you're the runners, at this point, there is still no sign of any Aegon keys, so luckily we're not going to be detouring to a Morbus, but we can get both items here courtesy of Dark Visor. And what is that? Is that an energy tank?
Whatever it is, looks useful enough to go pick up.
Energy tank would actually be really nice right now, considering that Interslice is still currently only running 2. It is Grapple Beam. Believe it or not, that's actually kind of a powerful item right now.
So about putting Spider Guardian into logic. Well, no, we still can't get into him. We don't really have a good escape route.
We can.
Oh, yeah, that's he's got Annihilator Beam. You can cut through that through the tunnel into Watch Station. And from Watch Station, he's got the side to lower the grapple point and swing back across to main gyro.
Yeah, you can also just get to Spider Guardian normally from the Spider side, from Spider side Sank.
Looks like Interslice making a detour for Incash 4, see if that's got anything useful today.
Yeah, this is pretty much the last chance you're going to have to pick it up within reason. The only other time afterwards would be if you fought a Morbus.
Yeah, this check is so far out of the way. But luckily it was an energy tank, so that is useful.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be having some late suits today, which, believe it or not, that's actually been very common in race seeds as of late. We've gone as long as, like, upwards of an hour without a suit.
Oh, Caesar taking a phase-on right to the face.
That hurt.
Well, thankfully he did survive. He had the backup energy for it.
Yeah, case in point, Mighty Caesar's health went from 194 to 44, and that was after picking up a 10 drop in the process. So again, 80 damage per canister. Now, unfortunately, Mighty Caesar going through the frontier to labs is going to take them a couple of extra minutes to arrive at those super missiles. But Interslice is going to make a quick detour to go pick up the Echo Visor. And then Torvis is in play from this elevator. The only thing is, actually, no, it's not. We need secret missiles. Ignore me.
I was about to say, how do you propose they get into Torvis, my friend? They could out of bounds the gate, but that doesn't seem like it would be really worth it at this moment.
Nah. All right, Mighty Caesar's going to see the dark burst that's down there in Command Center.
Order up, one Echo Visor.
And it looks like Interslice's next course of action is a warp to start, and this is probably going to be a warp to start to Torvis. I don't know if Interslice is going to do Seekerless Sky Temple key hands. Without Screw Attack, this isn't particularly optimal.
I would agree with your aforementioned thought. Head towards Torvis. You have a lot open in there. You've got the Dark Beam. You can get through Torvis Lagoon. You've got the Light Beam to continue progression. And you've got your Emerald to open up Meditation Vista and the Underground Transit. Or Underground Tunnel.
Mm-hmm. And as that was something we established in 2021, I want to say, is that it was either 2021 or 22, is that there is always progression in Underground Tunnel. All right, Mighty Caesar does want this red key.
Yep, that was our worm key for Mr. Morbus. And Battlegrounds has a movement system.
Yeah, Mighty Caesar's going to probably double back for that immediately after acquiring Dark Beam. The only downside is Dark Beam is in Sank right now, so... Ugh.
He's got a bit of a journey if he wants to go get his Dark Beam.
Yeah,
so
now...
Gotta go through labs, get up to the elevator, grab it, come all the way back, and then... Well,
now, that being said, Mighty Caesar isn't going to be completely locked out of... isn't going to be in too much trouble if he ends up going all the way through to Dark Samus, because you can just BSJ your way out of Main Reactor. And we did see the hint in Path of Ice, which said that Umos 2 is dead, so that unfortunately takes Quad off the table today.
For anyone wanting to see a Quadraxis fight, please join us again next week for another opportunity.
Exactly. Same time. Maybe the same channel.
And maybe you get lucky and you'll have the same commentators. Who knows? You know, with the world's a mysterious place.
Oh, yes. All right, so yeah, with our equipment, we can do a ridiculously large amount of stuff in Torvis. So you might get your wish today, Marion. There's a chance for some good stuff to be in here.
Oh, I just want to see the Alpha Block. He always one of the hardest bosses in my opinion as a child, and he's still a hard boss to this day.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that makes Alpha Block a little bit easier is Dark Burst, believe it or not. Beam-related upgrade and Poison Bog, that's dead. We already have all the important beam-related upgrades. The only beam-related upgrade we haven't seen yet is Sunburst. Although that being said, unlimited beam ammo is also considered beam-related. Hey, thanks for the grapple beam hint, game.
Nope. Got a Torvis key. Did we ever find our Chica hint?
No, we haven't found Chica or Morbus hints. Neither have we found the respective key hints yet either. Those are the only always hints we have left. We're likely to find them here. There's six Emerald hints in Torvis, 3 and lower.
Oh, more energy, always helpful.
Well, at least we're definitely not energy starved for the rest of this seed.
But unfortunately, Caesar's got a lot of time to make up. He's fallen a little far behind on progression.
Yeah, this is one of the unfortunate things about particularly linear seeds, is that unfortunately it becomes a battle of execution.
In my opinion, that large portion of his time loss was the Hall of Honor dead.
Yeah, unfortunately he did lose quite a bit of time there.
But we don't want to downplay it just yet. You know, we're only 50 minutes into this seed. We have a long way to go.
For all we know,
he's got a lot of opportunity to make the ground back and make a strong comeback.
For all we know, we could be in a toward the planet for light suit, because we do know there is a key in Reliquary.
That begs the question, though: is it a Sky Temple or is it a Chica or Worm Key?
Well, we've seen one each of the Worm and Chica keys, so that takes out 2 red keys. We've seen like 3 or 4 Sky Temple keys. I think we've seen 3. So there's still a greater chance right now of that key being a Sky Temple key. That being said, this hint reads that the Aegon keys are in Aegon Way, Sky Temple grounds, and something.
Ah, my favorite location in Echoes.
That might have been it might have been Torvis. Temple grounds, okay. So Aegon Temple grounds and Sky Temple grounds. Now Sky Temple grounds, with that said, we can rule an Aegon key in for Reliquary.
That's fair, but we also do have Dark Visor, and we don't have our Seeker missiles though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where in Temple grounds we haven't seen. Although, yeah, Mighty Caesar realizing that actually is going to have to wait on the super missiles. And what did I tell you? There's always progression in underground tunnel.
Oh, that's not friendly at all.
Do you want to do Seekerless Sky Temple Gateway, folks? Because we have Seeker Launcher on Chica today.
Of all the places Seeker Launcher could be hiding, it had to be on Chica.
Ooh, we might have just found another Torvis key here, too, which Interslice is probably not going to want to give that a miss.
No, seeing where our Seeker Launcher is, it's pretty evident that we're going to need those.
Now, unfortunately, we can't go get Meditation Vista right now due to lack of Screw Attack, but there we go. That's the spice.
Well, folks, we did say at the start of this race it was going to be an interesting one, and what do you know? Everyone got their wish.
And to answer your question, yes, it was Dark Suit and Underground Tunnel.
Well, Caesar's defeated Dark Samus 1. Now this begs the question how he's going to get out of the room.
Yeah, now at this point, his only way out would be to BSJ up to the center of main reactor, which I'm fairly certain he can do.
Yeah, Mighty Caesar's a well-respected, highly talented member of the range of Metroid Prime and 2. Besides, there's very little the chap can't do.
Yeah, it looks like there was nothing of extreme importance in Forgotten Bridge, so Interslice is going to make a detour over to Torvis Plaza first.
I'm not sure why we're questioning how he's going to escape, seeing how the Spider Ball tracks are active.
Oh, you know what happened? Mighty Caesar got out. Mighty Caesar must have already done that. Got out, reloaded the room, and the Spider Track's not normally active in the Dark Samus layer. You have to reload the room first.
I don't recall seeing him load that room in the first place. I thought this was his first visit, but evidently I'm incorrect.
Not sure about Meditation Vista, chat. Sorry, but did that pirate just decide to give Samus a hug?
Oh, friendship is the best kind of flattery.
You would think that they would, considering space pirates strangely dislike theft.
It's like the yin and yang, two sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm pretty sure that was a missile tank in Plaza, but then again, that spelled my doom in the tournament last month, so...
Oh, it should be an interesting story.
Oh, no, it's a red key. That could be our last Torvis key. In fact, it's definitely our last Torvis. It could be an Inkhive key. Small lie. But Mighty Caesar's actually going to be able to go back for super missiles now, since he did go straight into Spider's Treasure after Dark Samus. So this actually will work out in his favor, and it'll send him back on track. Yeah, this sport needs to go.
Yeah, this part always gives me so many issues. Personally, I just wait on the track, wait for him to grab, and just powerbomb his face. You know, just Sean was boss.
Petition to delete that sporb in version 6.0.
You know, that would be great.
And it's the last Torvis key, so luckily all the Torvis keys just so happen to be right next to each other, and Chica is perfectly in play. Hey, guess what? You get to do a secretless Chica adult.
That utterly is painful. I had that problem yesterday. The problem was stirring at Chica, spawned in Dark Temple, and I ran out of missiles.
Dear.
Yeah, that was fun. The adult kept moving around. It was just a pain. But with these two runners, you know, they're going to make it look like a piece of cake.
Well, I think what Inner Slice wants to try and find before anything is Cannonball.
Ooh, that would be great.
If Cannonball is in Cache B, I'm going to laugh.
Hiding right behind the temple. That's nice.
Because that's just the game saying, here, we've at least spelled the... We know this is required, but we've at least spelt it out for you.
Wow, Cannonball would be great. Just instantly kill the Chica adult.
Yeah, what'll be even better is Screw Attack behind Secret Missile, so there's no way around it.
Yep, another Sky Temple key.
No, we're not going to say no to that.
Oh, what are you talking about? We can just leave it for next time.
Alright, so Inner Slice only has one power bomb, but does have Dark Suit and 6 energy tanks, so this isn't going to be too bad.
And Caesar's re-entering main reactor. He's about to pick up his super missiles. Oh, almost. Inner Slice almost had it.
I hate it when that happens.
Well, Caesar's got his super missiles. He's got a lot of opportunity opening out to him. Or, let's see where he decides to head off to. Oh, strike two for Inner Slice.
This room is not being nice to Inner Slice.
Base is lowered. It's a third pitch, and we got a home run. It's a triple play.
Wait.
What do you mean, wait? Yet base is lowered. The guy got it on the third try. That's at least...
Home run and a triple play is literally not possible in baseball.
I don't see you... well, you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking of two different terms.
Especially when who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Who's the guy in first base?
No, who is on first?
Oh, what are you asking me for?
No, what's on second?
I'm not asking you about second. I'm asking you about first. Well, Abbott and Costello, they're amazing even to this day.
Legendary scene. Alright, so Portal Chamber, nothing of particular note. But let's go to, no joke though, I'm gonna laugh if Cache B has Cannonball. Like, so far this seed has, like, even Chica required, because of the keys, it's not as bad as it could be. Because the game literally handed you those keys. Because where were they? They were in Grove, Plaza, and somewhere like right near Torvis entrance.
It was
Path
the
of
other
Roots.
bridge. Yeah.
All right, Inner Slice is going to very wisely take a quick detour for a beam ammo refill here. Definitely welcome before Chica, especially considering we have not seen a multiplayer pickup.
Nope, we don't have unlimited missiles, no unlimited beam ammo, no double damage. All of which are scattered across the world. Could one of those be hiding in cache? Who knows?
Nope.
Well, we were half right. It is some sort of beam ammo.
Wishful thinking, but not quite. All right, Mighty Caesar is now going to go get Grapple Beam, which we actually need that for Chica too, so... Sure, why not? I think Mighty Caesar's trying to use some standable terrain here to skip the whole puzzle, but it's not quite working out.
The guy doesn't have screw attack now, but he did land the platform.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mighty Caesar is going to have to abort this and get a health refill.
It was worth an attempt. Nope, he's going for it again.
All right, he should be okay.
Oh yeah, he's got about, what, 80 health?
Yeah, about 12 seconds. I would not have triggered the battle here, but... Oh, well, it's a good excuse to get a gold drop, at least off of the Ing. With Annihilator, this fight is actually free.
Yep. Thankfully, Annihilator draws the Ing into the safe zone.
Meanwhile, Inner Slice is making steady progress on Chica.
Making this boss look a lot easier than what it is.
Indeed, THK, you are hearing perfectly logical and required Chica for Seeker missiles.
At least they don't have their Dark Visor or Super Missiles. Well, they can't have Super Missiles locked on Chica, can they?
They can use Super Missiles on Chica. They'll bounce. They'll bounce, but you can use them on the wings.
Well, no, I'm saying about Chica having supers locked behind it.
Chica could have Super Missiles.
Yeah, that would be even a bit worse. And we have Caesar heading over for Ing Cache 4. He's going to pick up the energy tank.
And this, friends, is why Seekers on Chica is probably one of the worst things she can have.
Yeah, if we're not able to target all the wings at once, we'll have to rely on a single hit or use our super missiles, which drags this fight out exponentially longer.
And Dark Beam ammo depleted for Inner Slice. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, folks.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's a very ammo-dependent boss fight. Well, with 20 missiles to go, he's not looking too bad.
Luckily, some refills do appear in the dark phase.
Speaking of which. Although he does have no light ammo, though. That seems to be the problem.
Today I learned super missiles work too, apparently. Although not particularly strongly.
Well, when you're out of light ammo and you have no other option, I mean, you got to use what you have. Although I am surprised super missiles work on that.
A charged annihilator shot would actually be very effective here to get all the ammo off the chicklings. All right, Mighty Caesar is making a detour here. He's going to check in cache 2. This is not in logic until Screw Attack shows up, but can be acquired with a very precise scan dash.
I'm not sure if this is the right play for Caesar. I'd say, if this check has nothing on it, it's out of the way. It's not a very rewarding one at that. But it could be in his favor if he's got something important. He could have Light Suit hiding behind it, of all things.
Could be, although I need to take a look at the VOD real quick and see what was in Meditation Vista, because Chad's saying it might have been Light Suit.
If that's the case, then, well... That begs the question, where the heck is our Screw Attack at?
Well, knowing the way the game has been going, it's probably behind secret missiles.
You know what? You're not wrong. It very well could be. Oh, look at that. There's a gravity booster hiding there.
That could be actually pretty big, especially if there are Sky Temple keys in transit tunnels east or south in Lower Torvis.
Along with that, adding on, it's makes the entirety of Lower Torvis a heck of a lot easier. You don't have to fancy with air underwater.
Alright, in the meantime, Chica's almost done on Inner Slices, and 20 light beam ammo should be enough to do the trick.
Down to 18, 13, 8, and will it hit? There we go, Chica is down.
And yeah, I think chat might be right. I think it is Light Suit in, Meditation Vista.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to stand by Caesar's check off the in-cache. You know, if Lower Torvis has anything of use, this will make that entire journey a lot easier. It could benefit him dramatically, gather some time back.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I see the orange stripe. It's a Borger in Meditation Vista.
Well, if that's the case, then... Well, we know we don't need to go back for it. Man, looks like Inner Slice is possibly a little confused on where he's heading, or he's doing some Dark Torvis cleanup.
This may be a warp to start, because with Seeker missiles in tow, there's a lot we can do here. It's going to at least be a safety save, because the last thing you want to do is fight Chica again.
Yeah, forget that. No, it is a warp to start. All right, so what are you thinking here, Captain? You got Seekers, super missiles, you got all 3 beams, and you have both visors.
But Inner Slice, I know for a fact Inner Slice is going to start with Sky Temple key hits here, and depending on where the rest of them are, is going to determine what he does next. Either he is going to reset to get back to Lower Torvis and go check that. Or he's going to go and start thinking about Sanctuary, because Sanctuary is, even without Screw Attack, pretty wide open right now. That being said, Vault Side is logically available to us through Caretaker Drone. But who wants to fight Caretaker Drone? So Inner Slice definitely knows a few ways around that.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember the last time fighting Caretaker Drone.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Caretaker's very easily forgotten. But yeah, if Screw Attack is in Vault Side Sank, basically anywhere between Watch Station Access and Sentinel's Path and Vault itself, then you are expected to fight Caretaker Drone.
If I had to take a wild guess, I would say Caesar's heading over towards Sanctuary Spider side.
It's looking like it, because with beams and super missiles, there is a lot you can do. Unfortunately, we know that his poor secret missiles are stuck on Chica. But it looks like, though, Mighty Caesar is going to make a quick detour to check Mine Shaft, because this is a check we could not do due to lack of Dark Beam. All right, we are going to get our remaining Sky Temple key hints, and we have Profane Path, that's free. Mine Shaft, that's free. Transit Station, that's free.
Yeah, speaking of Mine Shaft, Caesar just now recognizing that it's up there. And he's going to make a loop back to go pick it up.
Storage A, which is in the Mineshaft neighborhood and Reactor Core. So the keys are free. However, we are still looking for Screw Attack. There's pretty much no way around it.
It would be very disappointing if Screw Attack was hiding on area by the chance.
All right, so I have Storage A, Mineshaft, Transit Station, Profane Path. I'm missing one somewhere.
Didn't we just run through them?
Yeah, I'm trying to write them down. Storage A, Mineshaft, Transit Station, Profane Path. It's not Reliquary, which means that it is a Morbus key.
Yeah, but the thing is, we still don't have our Morbus hint though, so it could be worthwhile. It could be a dud.
There's nothing stopping a Morbus from having Screw Attack right now.
Inner Slice, just hopping out of bounds. Would you look at that?
Yeah, Portal Chamber is actually really easy to get out of bounds in.
Well, so you know, he just jumped towards a wall and the wall just opened up. I would assume yes.
There's also a hidden spider ball track in that room for some reason.
All right, now that makes absolutely no sense.
Just one of those weird prime things. It doesn't look like Inner Slice ceiling warped quite in the right spot. Looks like he sort of weaved a little to the right. So I was going to have to try the ceiling warp again.
Meanwhile, Caesar's picking up his Echo Visor from Dark Aegon. He's heading right back to Light Aegon.
I remember where the last key was now, Reactor Core.
Ah. Well, none of the keys are relatively rough to acquire. They're all in fairly decent locations.
Yeah, transit station's going to be a little annoying without screw attack because you either have to do because screw attack slope jump is a fairly easy way to get that key quickly. The alternative is to do a multi BSJ.
Yeah, the screw attack method seems a lot quicker and more reasonable.
Indeed.
Alright, well, we have Interslice cutting back through Aegon. And we have Caesar heading right back to Temple Grounds.
This is probably going to be Interslice running to Mine Shaft and Storage A to pick up those 2 keys. There is also one more item in Mining Station B and a hint. So since we could toss the whole place, it makes a lot of sense to go there now. And afterwards, he's probably going to dip Sanctuary for the rest. Profane Path is actually not a bad last Sky Temple key. Given that Interslice has opened up the crystal switch in front of Path of Eyes from Windchamber Gate, that will allow him to go from the GFMC neighborhood to Sky Temple grounds fairly quickly.
And this is why we always recommend have a plan and plan ahead. If you're unable to plan ahead, wing it till you make it.
Indeed. All right, what is that in Mining Station B? That didn't look like screw attack.
It did not.
All right, Storage A, we know this is a key already.
See, this is why I said I like coming to Mine Shaft when you have everything declared in one shot. This is a perfect example why. You have 2 keys right next to each other.
All right, that was a Hall of Combat Mastery hint, which was referring to Dark Beam. That is a Dark Beam locked Dark Beam hint game.
That seems inefficient.
Yeah, to say the least.
That game's pretty much, hey, you want to know where your Dark Beam is? Well, pick up your Dark Beam first and we'll tell you. Makes a lot of sense.
All right, and with Cobalt Translator in tow, Interslice will have no problem reading the other Sanctuary hints. So yeah, there is a lot of knowledge to be gained here. Right now, the hint I really want to see is the Amorbus hint.
I agree.
That's, yeah, the only, and we don't even need the Chicka key hint because it would just say all the Chicka keys are in Torvis. Which again, thanks game. Where was Cobalt again? Oh, Cobalt was actually in an easy spot. It was in Storage B, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Right behind the Dark Beam door in Labs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Storage B.
Yeah. I keep getting all those letters and numbers backwards. You got 4 in caches, like 4 to 5 storages.
Oh,
all
yeah.
Close to each other. It's like, well, which one was A? Which one's B? Well, we know what A's hiding in Mine Shaft.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's sometimes.
A suit can be found in Phazon grounds. That is in play. So we now know where Light Suit is.
And UMOS has a power bomb expansion. Caesar's just finding that hint out.
I did suspect Phazon grounds because of where Dark Visor and the beams were. So I'm glad to know that. Good to know that played out well. That being said, we might be able to get away without Light Suit anyway this seed. Hive Dynamo works. Oh wait, we know that's not Light Suit. That was a super pickup though in the tunnel to Spider Guardian. It was too big to be a conventional beam tank, but it looks like Interslice isn't interested.
Now, when you already have all this equipment with you, there's not really a need to go picking up all your high-powered upgrades.
The Annihilator beam is 3 rooms from Space Jump. A little late on the bandwagon game.
And Caesar finding out that Poison Bog has a beam-related upgrade while picking up some dark ammo. Since he has Gravity Booster, moving through Torvis is a lot more friendly. I will say I think Caesar did bring back a lot of his time. He caught up from previously. Comparing 4 keys to 6, his Chica keys are right next door to each other, so he can make a bolt for that when he figures it out. Now both are in great positions.
Yeah, I gotta say, these hints, not really helpful today. And this is despite early translators, I might add.
Maybe that's the downfall of having all your translators so early.
That looked like a missile tank.
You have access to all this information, but is that information useful? Well, not always.
To be fair, our Torvis access was pretty late, because it required us to go get our ball upgrades for Light Beam in Sank Entrance, for Dark Beam in Hall of Combat Mastery on the other side of Sank Entrance, for super missiles locked by Dark Beam.
Yeah, the game really enjoys throwing us the Sanctuary today.
To the game's credit, it's not often we get good Sanctuary, so that is nice to see. And Inner Slice has just found Screw Attack in Sank Temple Access, locked by Echo Visor. I think that was Screw Attack. Yeah, it was totally Screw Attack.
Oh, what a fun place for that to be hiding.
Oh, never mind. I thought for sure that was Screw Attack. But hey, we'll take beam ammo. Double damage is right around the corner behind Spider Guardian.
You know what? How dare you lie to me and all these wonderful viewers out there?
Hey, if anything, it just means Screw Attack can be in even more spicy spots. Oh no.
No, you triggered the dark quads. Now you gotta do the walk of shame.
Ugh, I know what that feels like. At the very least, with 7 energy tanks, these guys aren't particularly threatening. You know what must have happened? I must have seen the bright side of the light ammo side of the unlimited beam ammo enough to be Screw Attack, so oopsie.
That's right. I'm sure we all understand.
All right,
I can't blame you.
That is definitely a hive key. The scan visor is useful for gathering information, except when that information doesn't tell you where the heck to go. All right, we're actually seeing Mighty Caesar sequence break Torvis Plaza here, although sequence break in a loose term because he can get there normally.
Yeah, but seeing how he pulled it off on his second try, or did he?
No, it's...
No, he clipped through. Is it just the camera angle?
Yeah, this trick in particular is pretty... It's not the BSJ, the first BSJ that's the hard part. It's this BSJ, because something that I failed to do on my in my early trainings of this is that you have to not jam the stick forward when you're going into Morph Ball. You have to lightly tap it. Otherwise, the camera's not going to be where you want it to be for the BSJ. All right, we are going to see main gyro chamber, courtesy of Annihilator Echo. It looks like Inner Slice is passing up on Spider Guardian for the moment. Well, isn't that convenient? You just used Cannonball, and now you can go get a Cannonball. Where was that when we needed it 10 minutes ago? We could have gotten that without Seeker missiles.
Yeah, we could have, but Cannonball being on main gyro, it's... You're not really expecting it to be there out of all places. And plus, you really want to go back to Sanctuary to get your Cannonball just to go back to Dark Torvis?
No, not at all. The only downside is now you can't check area without giving it up. Now, that being said, Cannonball isn't going to do us that many more favors throughout the rest of the seed. Inner Slice has Dark Suit already, so final bosses aren't going to be that much of a pain in the backside. Sure, Cannonball's nice for Emperring too, but it's not a deal breaker. And yeah, Inner Slice really wants to get to Vault Side Sank, because yeah, it's either Vault Side Sank or Lower Torvis right now. Those are the only two places where Screw Attack can be. Unfortunately, it looks like Inner Slice isn't getting the jump out of the roll jump here.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit mean. I'm going to hope that that our Screw Attack's in Lower Torvis today.
You know, you did say you wanted to see Alpha Blog. Still a chance you'll get your wish.
Hey, look, can you blame me? We haven't really had many seeds in races lately where Torvis has really shown its full potential.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm a big rooter for the underdog, for the little guy. You know, give everyone a little bit of love. Even the areas that you hate going to.
All right, Mighty Caesar wants this energy tank. Don't blame him, frankly. Usually, if you're on Various Suit, the more energy tanks you can salvage, the better. Just to give yourself extra time, because you might end up doing final bosses with no suit, for all you know.
Oh, that sounds very inconvenient.
Now, unfortunately, because of the way Mighty Caesar is handling this, he is now not able, not in range to read the Chica hint, which that's going to be a problem in a few minutes. All right, so Vault Side Sank is now open for Inner Slice, and we're going to get a Cobalt hint here.
What does Watch Access have for us?
The Super Missile is in storage. D, thanks, game.
You know, here I am using all these super missiles, wondering where I'm gonna find them. Must have been on a loan.
All right, we're going to see Sentinel's Path now from Inner Slice. And then we're going to see Vault, ATS. We can at least peek, but we won't be able to get either of them without Screw Attack.
Or Dark Ammo expansion.
That being said, Screw Attack can't actually even be an ATS anyway, so I don't know why I brought that up.
Oh, don't put yourself down, my friend. It's always good to talk and think things out.
Oh, yes. That being said, yeah, the only three places here it can be is Watch Station, Vault, and, actually, it could also be in Main Research. We haven't seen Main Research yet. But it could be in Main Research, Vault, Watch Station, or Cat West.
Well, Cat West isn't too bad. That's a freebie.
Yeah, Cat West is okay. Only downside... Actually, no. By this point, you're going to be full, completely... Oh, no instant morph. Thanks, game.
Meanwhile,
right.
Caesar's picking up another Dark Torvis key.
Yeah, now...
Give him 3 of them, right?
Yeah, because the other 2 are Plaza and Path of Roots, so yeah, he knows about them now. And we can now confirm that's definitely a Power Bomb expansion in Med Vista, since we know the other suit's in Phazon Grounds. That might be a good suit to route in later. For after getting the Profane Pat Sky Temple key. We'll see how Inner Slice chooses to handle this.
Yeah, speaking of that suits, Caesar just finally picking up his dark suit, it looks like, on Underground.
Inghive key.
Well, we know we don't need them.
All right, that's a missile tank in Main Research, and this should be our last hint, which reads that the Dark Torvis keys can all be found in Torvis, which means the Amorbus hint is its Sank, and well, no, it's not. There's Sank entrance, and then there's the hints in Lower Torvis. And we do have one joke hint, I think, still left here. No, we don't. O'Lear had the second joke hint. And there's the BSJ I was talking about. Interslice nailing it, getting the transit station key, no problem. And we'll soon follow suit with a similar maneuver to get reactor core. And that's going to be all but one of Interslice's keys.
And we already know where that last key is. It's hiding in Sky Temple. So we can start making a run for the end.
You want to hear something insulting?
Probably not, but go ahead.
Screw attack in Sank Map Station.
Yeah, no. We're done. That's a complete possibility.
That being said, there are still 3 hints left that can point to items, so we might actually see, and yeah, Interslice is actually just going to go ahead and backdoor Lower Torvis here, which actually is a really good play. Because, yeah, if Screw Attack is in Sank Map, that means you have to go get Grapple Beam in Battleground and then go all the way back to Phazon Grounds for Light Suit.
Yeah, overall, it's just a horrendous journey. A lot of backtracking. And here I thought Prime 1 had a lot of backtracking.
All right, so yeah, we're going to see Interslice use Spider plus a very precise boost angle to get over the statue. Nails it first try.
These runners making all these tricks look easier said than done.
All right, we get a hint here that reads, Amorbus is guarding the Screw Attack!
Well!
Reliquary is required! Interslice immediately looking back for the Aegon key and the light suit hint. Welcome to my weeklies.
Remind me never to do a race by you again, Captain. I am not ready to sit through this.
So
what's a good word for this?
Aegon, all right, so let's think this through for a second. Aegon, Sky Temple, and Temple Grounds. The Aegon key was in, we saw the Aegon key, the Aegon key. Sky Temple Grounds we know is Reliquary. Temple Grounds we haven't seen yet, and the only check we haven't seen in Temple Grounds is not... Fortress Transport Access.
Oh, so that insinuates Light Suit is needed for Amorbus getting the keys.
It is needed for 2 Amorbus keys.
Captain, has anyone ever told you how evil you are with these dang seeds?
Yes. In fact, I've embraced it so much. My partner and I were called the best seed rollers in the Cross Game Cup.
Yeah, I think that title holds true. Oh, looks like Caesar's ready to go fight Chica's going for his Seeker launcher.
So yeah, I think at this point Interslice has connected the dots. And you know what's hilarious? This routes perfectly. Because Interslice is going to go get Light Suit in Phazon Grounds, pick up the Aegon key in Reliquary, and then bust out, and then go pick up the Aegon key in Fortress Transport Access. So this actually routes really cleanly. And while you're at it, you might as well pick up the Sky Temple key in Profane Path. So yeah, this GFMC area of Sky Temple Grounds is loaded with a capital L. Having 2 required keys and Annihilator Beam and Amber Translator and Light Suit.
Well, this sure has been one hell of a run, to say the least. You have twists and turns at every corner. You have bosses hiding extremely major upgrades. You have routing differences. You have visiting places so many times over. It's beautiful. And Light Suit, as you stated earlier, is in prime position, as now we're able to get through that, get through the ink storm to reaching Reliquary.
Yeah. Now, even if we didn't need Light Suit already for Fortress Transport access, Inner Slice could have done this with Cannonball.
Well, that's fair. As Cannonball, you don't take damage while in a morph ball state.
But yeah, we saw very early that this was a key, and it ended up being required.
You know, I think I sort of feel bad for the runners having to go through all of this. There's so much required, so much backtracking going to and from. Your mates are scattered everywhere. It sure is one interesting time.
Yeah, the hints were, that last hint was actually the real big break for Inner Slice. Unfortunately, Mighty Caesar's having some trouble here on this Chica fight. And unfortunately, Inner Slice on the flip side is out of ammo. And as a result is electing to scavenge some missiles from bees. Oh yeah, by the way, rarely seen footage of the pirates in the GFMC layer, courtesy of picking up secret missiles off Chica. Yep, there's the last Aegon key and Fortress Transport access. I started getting suspicious when we didn't see the Temple Grounds key, and it's like, wait, we've swept the place already. Where else could it be? And oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Fortress.
Nothing else in Temple Grounds except for that Nang beam of light. And what do you know? The one check you're not able to do is the one check that's required.
So yeah, at this point, Inner Slice literally, a Morbus is literally only required for screw attack. That's it. Not even a key, not even any other progression, literally just screw attack to reach final bosses. You could have gotten away without it for everything else today, and we basically did. Incredible. It's not often that we get seats like this, but if we do, it's typically in the even weeklies.
Yeah, I agree with the settings being final bosses required. That's the huge turning point of this entire thing. If bosses weren't required, Inner Slice could just say he's done and head straight for Sky Temple.
Indeed.
But because there's a screw attack wall to reach the upper level of the Great Sky Temple grounds, and there's no out-of-bounds movement that we know of to reach that, it's a big kick in the suit. And I'm sure one day you give the runners enough time, they'll find some sort of out-of-bounds method.
I'm just now realizing two major bosses had major items, not even keys, major items.
Yep, yeah, Chica guarding our Seeker launcher, and we have the Worm guarding our screw attack of all things.
Yeah, the seed started off strong with early power bombs and ball upgrades in general, but it just went downhill from there. Why is Inner Slice using the doomed entry portal?
Did he not pick up the the key in Mining Plaza? Or
Might have
Mining
not
Station?
Might have not picked up the doomed entry Sky Temple key.
No, I believe he did. He went to Dark Labs.
This is really weird then.
I just don't think he picked up his last Aegon key, though.
Oh, right. The last Aegon key. Right. It's in Central Mining Station. He did not pick that up. Yes.
And it's right here hiding behind the turret.
Too bad you don't have screw attack to make this super easy.
Okay, you know what? Don't need screw attack when you have the trick knowledge of all of these runners.
Indeed.
I hope Caesar are making good progress on the adult Chica fight. 9.5 health already. Ooh, but this does beg the question: we're gonna go for a for worm skip today? We have double damage in our suits and power bombs.
All right. Mighty Caesar's still working on Chica, but it is still taking a hot minute. Luckily, with unlimited beam ammo, yeah, Inner Slice, this Amorphous fight on the flip side is going to be an utter cakewalk.
Oh yeah, you've got double damage. You have your light beam already. I mean, it's possible we could try to see a worm skip.
Oh, we're going to see a worm skip, hands down. With infinite light beam alone is enough to do the trick. Double damage was on Spider Guardian, so unfortunately we don't get to see that today, but that's okay.
Oh right, I'm mistaken an item pickup. Then I thought he had damage. Nope, you're right.
Ooh, good shot, Mighty Caesar. And you know what's even funnier? The secret missiles were needed for the Reliquary Sky Temple key, so yeah, you are not missing these bosses whether you liked it or not.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that they don't like him.
All right, and Inner Slice has successfully deployed Worm Skip.
Alrighty. It's always great to see.
Mighty Caesar on the other side, other hand, just needs one more wing to start the last Chica fight. Looks like has enough light ammo to do the job.
Yeah, it looks 27, 30 maybe?
Yeah, 27's enough. You only need 20 for 4 charged light shots.
And the wing is down.
And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Morbus goes down for Inner Slice, and hello, Screw Attack, where were you this entire seed? And with that, Inner Slice is in go mode, a very short go mode. Yeah, unfortunately for Mighty Caesar, that gravity boost pickup in Incash 2 just ended up not helping, especially since Screw Attack. Number one, Screw Attack locked that, and B, Screw Attack was literally needed for nothing else.
Well, I gotta give him credit where it's due. He took a risk. He's doing great all this seed, but unfortunately, it's just the risks were not having great rewards to them. You know, at the time, yeah, I would have checked in. You know, logically it made sense, but unfortunately,
Yeah. Aside from the Chicka keys being practically and the Chicka hint being right next to each other, this seed literally was complete trash. Because we had Chicka required for Seekers, a Morbus required for Screw Attack, with 2 keys locked by Light Suit, and all of this instigated by Light Beam in Sank Entrance.
not to mention your Dark Beams hiding on Hall of Combat Mastery of all places. And your Annihilator Beam on top of GFMC Compound Ship. So everything was just all over the dang place.
Yeah, the first bit of the seed up to Seeker Missiles was actually pretty linear. Because it was pretty clear as, get your ball upgrades, go get Light Beam. Light Beam leads you only to 2 places. And then you follow that up with Dark Beam and Super Missiles. Then you go to Torvis, and then the seed sort of writes itself out.
In other news, we have more out-of-bounds logical nonsense with Caesar. And just like that, he pulls it off like a champion.
Yeah, Mighty Caesar's going to go get key hints now.
Well, he's got a Seeker launcher and he's got his Dark Suit, so it's be the best option. Figure out what keys you're missing and where they're at.
All right, well, so far, Interslice having absolutely no trouble annihilating Emperor Ing, except Emperor Ing just pulled a sidestep.
I wouldn't feel too happy if someone's trying to destroy my kneecaps and shins with a big old glowing ball of energy.
Especially since they're not meant to be vulnerable to that in the first place, but oh well. Cut developer content. Cut developer mistakes. Cut developer content is what I was trying to say.
Oh, that's okay. You got there eventually. But now we're in the final countdown. Only one boss remains between Interslice and his victory. On the contrary, we have Caesar finally entering Sky Temple. He's heading for the key hints.
All right, so Interslice is going to try for a super and 4 dark shots. Only gets 2 dark shots, but otherwise should be doing all right to start here. Chooses to open up with Screw Attack immediately. Does get Dark Samus to throw up her shield, so this should be good.
we have Caesar finding about his hints, one in Sanctuary, one hiding in Sky Temple.
And with that, Innerslice finishes this race in first place on the restream and first overall with an official race time GG time of 1:51.26. Very GG's to Innerslice, and we will see if he joins us for an interview.
Well, Caesar's picked up his hints. He's always got one over in Aegon, two hiding in Sanctuary, and one hiding over in Sky Temple. So they're not too far apart, but it is a bit of a journey to go get them.
And Mighty Caesar rather has seen the finish in race time, has given a GG's, but also has issued a DNF and will not be finishing.
Hey, much credit to him, though. He did his best. It was a wonderful
Absolutely.
time. Yeah, he did amazing.
For this, if nothing else, Mighty Caesar may have been spared from some serious pain. Because unfortunately, his journey was very far from done.
Yeah, the seed overall was interesting. And welcome, Innerslice, Caesar. How are both y'all doing today?
All right. How are you?
Pretty good.
We're doing all right. So, any thoughts on how the seed went today?
Definitely out of practice with routing, but
Yeah, Mighty Caesar, we regret to inform you, your journey was very much not done yet. Screw Attack was on a Morbus.
not surprising.
And 2 of the Aegon keys are behind Light Suit.
Yes,
Where's
luckily
Light
Light Suit.
Uh,
Light
Light-
Suit was phase on grounds.
Yeah, it's hinted
Right.
in Sanctuary.
I thought about going further into Sanctuary, and I'm like, that's not worth it for me most of the time.
Yeah, the seed was a bit on the linear side up to Seeker Missiles, to be honest, because it started with you got all your Morph Ball upgrades in Emerald Translator, which that only led to one thing, which was progression being Light Beam in Sank Entrance. So yeah, already a good start. But yeah, there was really not much of a difference in your routing. Mighty Caesar, you did have some slowdowns, particularly in Hall of Honor Dead.
I definitely had some execution problems myself in particularly watch station access. I think there was a couple other rooms I was just out of practice on.
Yeah, I don't think I've done Hall of Honor Dead since the last tournament or something like that, or maybe the last time I did a weekly. And I forgot that no, the lineup is after the camera angle changes, then it's once the floor is flattened out when the red line disappears.
Yeah, this was unfortunately also another one of those late suit seeds again.
Yes.
One thing that did feel good is I probably had the cleanest first try extended dash I've had in a long time. And when I went through Grand Wind Chamber.
Indeed, those were very clean E-dashes. You also were the only one to scan dash for Ink Cash 2, which did net you gravity boost, but unfortunately it just wasn't going to do you any good today.
Yeah. I'm guessing the biggest time difference was that I full cleared out just about everything as I went instead of just moving toward from progression to progression. That seems to fairly consistently be what makes me lose out to some of the better Echoes players like Innerslice.
Yeah, the real big power play came from the Cobalt and Emerald hints, because those are the ones that told us about specifically Light Suit and Amorbus. Because I think the Light Suit hint was in Watch Station, which was technically a Screw Attack locked hint, so thanks, game. The other hint was
I don't think it is. You have to
it's
do
not
caretaker drone, but
right.
yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, and the Amorbus hint was in Lower Torvis. It was in Training Chamber. So yeah, the hints were definitely what gave you the big leg up, Inner Slice. Otherwise, we would have been looking everywhere looking for that screw attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keys were relatively fine today, but Amorbus just threw that one last wrench into the works. You try to run from it, dread it, run from it. You can never escape it.
Did
This was
Ursula get Cannonball to do Chica?
No.
Just fought it normally like I did.
I
Yeah.
found Cannonball in, what was it?
Main gyro.
Yeah. It was after I already got Seekers, though.
Yeah, it could have been done, but it wouldn't have been particularly convenient.
I was a little bit apprehensive about doing Chica at all, because you can usually skip Seeker missiles. But I'm not the best at some of the Seeker missile lock door picks.
I can't do any of them consistently, so it's not an option for me.
So I was pretty happy actually to see that the one Aegon key was locked behind Seekers validated my choice.
All right. Well, other than that, I don't have any more questions I want to ask. Is there anything else, runners, that you want to bring up before we close out?
I don't think
Fairly
so.
happy with how I did. Like overall, the execution wasn't too bad for how rusty I was.
Yeah, and again, you both gave us a great show.
One of these days, I'll sit down and actually get better understanding the item placement logic, so I don't have to full clear stuff as much.
Hints are your friend, as I'll say.
Well, I'll tell you, the early game hints sure weren't.
Oh, they were kind of okay. The Amber hint was nice. I probably wouldn't have done that immediately if I didn't have a hint.
Yeah, the Amber Translator hint was good.
The Amber Translator hint also pushed me to immediately go to there as well.
Yeah. The other thing, I was more referring to the Amber Translator hints in Aegon. Like, those were practically junk.
Yeah.
I don't remember which color it was, but the as bad as having a beam and sank entrance was, the hint really helped out with that.
That was the Aegon energy controller hint.
Yeah.
That hint was good.
We also got one half of quad killed off by an Amber hint, I believe.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, Marion, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think overall it was a great race. You both did your best. Practice makes perfect in the end, but overall you're both highly talented. So don't put your skills down. You both did an amazing job today, and I'm sure our viewers had an amazing time watching.
Thanks.
On that, I think we should mention our tracker, though, Op82, for doing such a great job today.
He's always there.
Always there. Might be the silent partner in all this, but he's a partner nonetheless. We can't downplay his ability.
Indeed.
Definitely one of the most active members of the community, especially when it comes to helping out restreams.
All right. Well, that being said, Marion Law, thank you once again for joining me here in the commentator's booth this afternoon.
Anytime. It was a pleasure. That's what I'm here for.
GG's once again to our runners, Inner Slice and Mighty Caesar.
Yeah, GG.
Thanks to both of you for coming on air for us this afternoon. And thank you, folks at home, for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next mission. Take care, folks.
See ya.
See ya.